Hey guys, Ben here with Stringer Bridge Farm. I've got somebody coming to buy some heifer calves from me. So I've got these bulls pinned up in a small area in the alley so I can use this working area to catch these heifers I need without letting the bulls get mixed into the herd. So I'm going to spend a few minutes. I'm going to tell you a little bit about these heifers that I'm selling, maybe why I'm selling them, and then we'll go through what kind of profit we made by selling these heifers. So the heifers that I'm selling, I've got 5 total. 4 of these are half Dexter, half Hereford cross heifers, and one of them is a purebred Hereford. So the 4 half Dexter heifers, they're, I guess we're just kind of moving away from the Dexters. They're just not quite a beefy enough breed for what we're doing. Since we do sell beef, I'm wanting to get into something that carries a little bit more weight than the Dexters. They're probably, I'm going to say, 350 to 400 pound heifers. I don't really like bringing heifers or anything Dexter to the stockyard. They tend to bring really low prices. So usually I do much better by selling them private treaty or growing them out to butcher weight. But the heifers, I really just don't want to have to manage a separate group of heifers. So I don't think it's really worthwhile for me to grow these out. So that's why this group, I figure I'll just sell as young heifers, and then I don't have an extra group of animals I have to manage. Now the Hereford heifer, she's just one of our lower quality animals. So her mama was a cow that had a bad udder. So she had kind of a rough time when she was a young calf. We ended up not supplementing her, but she didn't thrive real well. And we got rid of her mama, and she became our outcast. So she's always off by herself, never with the herd. So she's just kind of one of those animals that hadn't thrived. So I told the guy I was planning just to fatten her up to butcher her next year. But he said he was willing to take a chance on her. So I gave him a really good deal on her. So she was probably about 600 pounds. And I sold her for much cheaper than I ended up selling those Dexter heifers for. So with any business, you always want to take some time every now and then and really go through what kind of profit you're actually making on an enterprise. So with the cows, that's kind of what I did here. It is tax season, so we're doing it anyway. But I separated out all of our cattle-related expenses. This will not include things like labor, some of the depreciated items like fencing and tractors and equipment. This is kind of just a more direct cost associated with the cows, so we can look at what kind of profit we're actually making on these animals. So for all these expenses, I basically spread them out over the average of what we spent the last 2 years and the number of animals we've averaged over the last 2 years to give the best look at what our costs are. So you can see here we've got hay that basically comes out to $40 per head per year, seed at $37 per head per year, feed, which we use kind of in various different ways, about $20 per head per year. And then we've got our incidentals, which kind of consist of a bunch of things, but it's got diesel fuel for the tractors, medication for the animals, ear tags, minerals, all those kind of things that basically went into the cows but really didn't amount to a whole lot all on their own. So I didn't detail them out. And that brought our total cost to raise a less than 1 year old animal to right under $200 a head. So I have 177 here. That's probably pretty accurate. The real number is probably a little bit bigger because, like I said, we don't have depreciation, labor, any of those types of things in here. So the deal I ended up making with that guy on these heifers was $650 a piece for those Dexter Hereford cross heifers and $500 for that Hereford heifer. And he seemed really happy with that. He didn't try to negotiate or anything. He came, he looked at them, and he immediately paid, and we loaded them up, and he seemed happy. I was happy. So that left us a profit on those 5 animals of $2,215. So that's not anything, outstanding. But for the Dexter animals, just their size, where they're so much smaller And you know, me not really wanting to raise these for butcher, I really didn't want to raise them to put into our breeding herd. So to me, I didn't have a whole lot of outlets. And you know, if someone was excited to have some half Dexters, then that's great. You know, it worked out for him, it worked out for me. You know, we did make a little bit of money on it, so you know, that's enough to cover about, you know, a little bit more than half of our carrying costs for the cow herd for the year. So you know, in reality, it's really not that bad. So you know, I'm pleased. So anyway, I know a lot of folks, you know, you can look at the amount of money animals are bringing at the stockyard, but not everybody has those fit the mold cows that are, you know, in our area. If you don't have Black Angus, you know, you can already cut your price at the stockyard in half. And then if you got something like Dexter in there, or people think it's part dairy, and sometimes you're lucky to get 50 cents a pound for your animals, even if they look really nice. So private treaty is a good way to get a decent amount of profit and a predictable amount of profit out of your animals. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, and we will catch you on the next one.